I'd like to start my speech today by asking you all to take a quick survey for me. There are multiple ways to give your answers. The first one is you can use your web browser, go to the website that you see on top of the screen and give in your choices, or you can text to give your answer. I'm curious to know, what is the topmost thought that comes to your head when you hear the term blockchain? I see Liz telling C. Let's go and see if we are getting any real-time answers. This is one. Interesting. I'm going to give it 10 more seconds if people are still voting. Looks like there are more supporters for blockchain technology in this call. They think it's the greatest innovation since the internet. Today, I'm going to give you a disclaimer before starting my presentation. That is, I'm not a blockchain evangelist, and this presentation is going to give an unbiased, high-level understanding of what blockchain technology is to pique your interest to learn more about it. The topics that we are going to cover today is why should you care? Why should you sit for the next 5 minutes through the presentation to learn about blockchain? What is blockchain? How does blockchain work? What are some of the pitfalls and the benefits for blockchain? These are some of the headlines that I picked up from the news recently. If you look at it, you see the health department is using blockchain project to track COVID-19. And more recently, a couple of days back, around $150 billion were wiped off because the cryptocurrency market just crashed. And even IBM is using the blockchain technology to track the seafood that they produce and give it until the restaurant. This gives you an overall idea that it is just not in one domain that blockchain has its use, but its tentacles are spreading across multiple domains. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a digital ledger system stored across a variety of nodes. Let me repeat. It is a digital ledger that is stored across a variety of nodes. A ledger is a database for storing records of value and transactions. But calling blockchain as a type of a new database would be like saying email is a new way of sending people letters. When we say that, we are discounting the evolution and the impact of internet that enabled us to send emails. A decentralized database built on blockchain removes the need for a centralized institutions and databases. One of the common misunderstanding about blockchain is the first blockchain was created when Bitcoin was created. Let me clarify that. Bitcoin is a blockchain-based system, and blockchain is not a Bitcoin-based system. Bitcoin is one of just the functionalities that blockchain can be used for. Let's see how blockchains work now. Every time a user action takes place, that is, for example, if you're requesting to borrow a book from a library, that creates a transaction. But there are multiple such transactions that occur at the same time. So these transactions are grouped together to form a new block. And when a new block is created, these blocks stack up on top of each other, and there is a linking with the block underneath. This is why it is called blockchain. The block is then sent to every node in the network, and a node, it refers to any computer that is a part of the blockchain network. These nodes then validate the transaction to ensure that the transaction is legitimate and they are not duplicate transactions. These nodes receive a reward for showing proof of work, mostly in the form of cryptocurrency. Majority of the people who are in this network have to agree that the transaction is valid for the transaction to go through. This is known as distributed consensus. And if more than 50 people agree that the transaction is valid, then it is accepted. If not, it is rejected. So in summary, what we see is instead of just one system being the center point for ensuring if the transaction is valid or not, the action is distributed across multiple systems, and there needs to be a majority of 50% for determining whether the transaction is valid. There are multiple benefits and pitfalls for blockchain technology. The left side items that you see here are the advantages, and these are the pitfalls. To quickly walk through them, blockchain technology is transparent, meaning every node on the network will have access to the list of approved transactions. It is decentralized. We saw that it is just not one computer which makes all decisions, it's across multiple systems. And this enables lower risk of hacking, data loss, and corruption because the attackers cannot attack one single system. It is better security-wise because the data cannot be changed and the transactions are recorded in a very legitimate manner. And it is an easily accessible technology. That is because blockchain technology is easy to create using decentralized applications without significant infrastructure investment. But there are certain pitfalls as well. For example, there is lack of privacy. Multiple computers would be able to see the transactions and privacy is lost. Then there are security concerns. For example, if a person loses the key to their wallet, digital wallet, they might not be able to access their Bitcoins. Then there is a risk of 51% attack. That is more than 50% of the people collude and they can attack the decision. In that way, the transactions might be skewed. Then we have scalability issues, reputation and trust, and regulation. Due to time constraints, I'm just going to mention these, but if you're interested, we can talk more. Today, we saw what blockchain technology was, how it works, and what are some of its benefits and pitfalls. Has it piqued your interest? Do you want to know what to do now? I'd urge you to be in the front seat to learn about blockchain technology and then evaluate it to see if it suits your business requirements and then apply it. Hope you learned something about blockchain technology today. Thank you.
Thank you, Namita. Wow. I don't know if I'm in the front seat. I think I'm in like the child seat in the back. But thank you so much. I learned a lot tonight. Thank you so much with your speech.